It's time for the Nate Hawkins Show. Learn all about Heritage Hills basketball straight from the coach. The Nate Hawkins Show, exclusively on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
Hello and welcome to this week's Nate Hawkins Show. And Coach, last week you played at North Posey on Friday night, and you played at home against Owensboro on Saturday night. Why don't you recap both those games for us?
Well, I tell you, Joe, I thought we had a really good weekend last weekend. We went to North Posey first, and always a tough place to play down there. And I felt like we could never really get the game going the way that we like to play the game. But our kids really hung in there, and I've been preaching to them since day one. I'm like, I want to see, if we can win games when we don't make shots, when we have to just lock down on the defensive end, and see if we have that kind of toughness in us. And I tell you what, it really showed up in that North Posey game. We had some big defensive stops late in that fourth quarter, and then Trent Sisley hit 4 free throws down the stretch to get us out of there with a 51-46 win. It's tough to win in this conference, especially on the road. And for us to be able to go down there and get that one, I thought was huge. And then obviously we turned to the Owensboro game on Saturday night. We get to come back home. And I told our kids, I said, now it's going to be a totally different style of game. And it was. And, Owensboro, very athletic, probably I would say besides Brownsburg. Those are the top two most athletic teams, I would say, across the board on our schedule. They're fast. They shoot the basketball. Not quite as big as Brownsburg, but they still had solid size. They came out of the gate and kind of got us down early. We battled back, took the lead at the end of the first quarter, and then they came back in the second quarter, and they were up 2 at half. And then we had a great third quarter and built an 8-point lead. And then the fourth quarter, kind of back and forth, they made some plays. We had a couple of bad turnovers. Had a chance to win it at the end, but it didn't work out. We ended up going to double overtime. And we made one more play than they did down the stretch, and was able to get us a really, really good win on Saturday night as well. So anytime you can win 2 games in a weekend, you feel pretty good about yourselves. But just the level of competition that we went against last weekend, and to be able to do that, I think was really impressive for our kids. And I think the most important thing for our kids is to realize that we enjoyed those wins, but now we got to prepare for Evansville Memorial on Friday. And especially with young teams, you got to get your focus back, and we got to be ready to have a really good week of practice this week.
And the one thing I've noticed about your team too is it's not just the players, but I recognize a lot of those names from the past: Sisley, Hope, Becker, Freer, Litton.
Yes.
A lot of them from the past.
Yes, and you're right. They've grown up and they've seen it, and they've seen how it's done and how it's done the right way. By their fathers or their brothers or cousins, uncles, whatever it would be, but a great bloodline there when you speak of all of those guys that you just had mentioned, Joe. And the great thing is that they're all just tremendous workers, and they continue to get better. It's been it's really fun group to coach because they care so much about this basketball program and care about winning, and they want to just keep getting better. As long as they have that mentality, I think we're going to continue to see this basketball team grow into, maybe from being a good team to maybe a great team. And that's obviously our goal, and that's what we want to get to. But we want to be playing our best basketball at the end of the year, and we're taking little bitty strides every night out, every practice out, and and it's starting to show.
And we're back on the Nate Hawkins Show. Right with these messages from our sponsors. You listen to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Mulligan Bros for Communication.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and...
Do you have old videotapes and films sitting around your house? Let Milligan Communications convert them to DVD for you. VHS, VHS-C, 8mm, or Beta. If they are videotapes, Milligan Communications can do them all. They can also convert 8mm, Super 8, and 16mm film. DVDs would make a great Christmas gift. Call Milligan Communications today, 812-630-2449 for more information.
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
And welcome back to the Nate Hawkins Show. And we're joined by the Junior Patriot Coordinator, John Tate. John, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the program, what it does for the varsity program?
So Junior Patriots, we support the program by running the program for 2nd through 6th grade. So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are ran as a league that we play on the weekends. And then 5th and 6th are broken out for actually school-age kids, and they play other schools.
And when does that start, and when does it finish?
So we started games the weekend before last. First weekend in December is usually when we start. And we play a lot of Saturday, Sundays. Sometimes we'll go alternate, do a Saturday or a Sunday. And we will actually wrap up the end of January this year.
And, looking at the Patriots and, their young team, and all those kids were playing Junior Patriots not too long ago.
Yep, that is very true. Yep, I've been coaching in the program for about 7 years, but I've been running it for the last 2 seasons.
And what do you do other than Patriots?
Yeah, I actually have a background in recreation. I used to run the park department for Mount Vernon for about 10 years, so I was involved in all the youth sports there. I currently work in the insurance industry for the last 10 years. I'm a Mount Vernon native, but my wife's a Heritage Hills grad.
Okay. Well, that's good. And what do you think about the Patriots on the varsity level so far this year?
It's been pretty exciting. Yeah, they're young, growing. They're like Coach said last week. They're getting better every week, and that's kind of the same thing we do with our young ones. We try to set them to get better each week, and by the end of the season, that they improve from the beginning.
Well, John, if there's anything we can do for you, just let us know.
I appreciate it.
You need to listen to the Nate Hawkins Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Bros for Communications. We'll be back right after this.
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
Do you have old videotapes and films sitting around your house? Let Milligan Communications convert them to DVD for you. VHS, VHS-C, 8mm, or Beta. If they are videotapes, Milligan Communications can do them all. They can also convert 8mm, Super 8, and 16mm film. DVDs would make a great Christmas gift. Call Milligan Communications today, 812-630-2449 for more information.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and...
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Nate Hawkins Show. And you know, Nate, you're lucky to have someone like John Tate being the junior Patriot coordinator.
You're absolutely right. As far as that goes, Joe, you know, John, he's been with us the last couple of seasons, and you know, has just done a fabulous job with our junior Patriot bunch down there, and you know, running their clinics and running their practices, organizing all of that, and you know, just setting up the gym and working with our youngsters who you know, obviously we've got a bunch of future Patriots that are working down there, so you know, that's really good. But I'd also like to, you know, make sure that mention you know, when I got here, Pete Lashley was the man in charge down there, and he really had you know, started that and really did a good job with it. And then, you know, and then we had Clay Kress, who had filled in it whenever Pete got to, I guess, where he was able to, you know, pass the torch, I guess you would say. And then we had Clay for a few years, and now Clay has passed it on to John Tate. And, you know, we've just had really good, really good guys and really relentless workers. And that's what it takes in a really great basketball program. And to work with our youngsters and you know, obviously I've been down there running their clinics and stuff like that, but obviously they're playing on Saturdays and Sundays, and they go up against each other, and it gets really competitive, and I think that all these guys that I've got right now, they've all went through that program, and you know, and it's a really good program, and I'm sure that John you know, would tell you how much he enjoys it.
And you know, this week you've got games against Memorial and Mount Vernon. You got Memorial on Friday night at home, and then you'll be traveling on next Tuesday to Mount Vernon. And why don't you preview both those games for us?
Yeah, well, and same deal here, Joe. You know, it's another challenge for this basketball basketball team. We've got the Evansville Memorial coming into our place on Friday night. Memorial, very talented basketball team, play hard. 5 guys that can shoot the basketball, handle the basketball. They just know how to score. It's really going to challenge our defense in that basketball game, and it should be a lot of fun. I love having that game where it is on the schedule because, obviously I spoke earlier with a young team. The maturation process is that you had some success. Now it's time to go back to work and start over again and get ready for our main focus has got to be Evansville Memorial first. We've focused on one game at a time, and that's what we're going to continue to do. And right now our focus is Evansville Memorial. But we know that it's going to be a challenge, but we like where this basketball team's at. We like to think that we've got a really good chance, in that basketball game, if we play well, to get another win. And then after that, then we do head back onto the road on Tuesday. So we'll have the weekend to kind of prepare for, Mount Vernon, and then Monday to prepare for Mount Vernon. But another conference game on the road. And obviously, it's a conference game. Got to go find a way to win, and especially on the road, never an easy task. They've got the Burnett kid who just scored like 35 against Central or something like that. I mean, he had a great outing. So he's obviously a very talented basketball player and a great athlete, and will present his challenges there. And then they got a Clowers kid that can really play. It's going to be two tests for this basketball team again, and I think that if we can keep our focus and just continue to keep getting better, I'd like our chances in both of them. But we know it's not going to be easy.
And the great thing is about the internet is with all these games being streamed, I was able to watch you guys play Mount Vernon or North Posey. I'm sorry, North Posey.
Yeah.
And also flip it over to Jasper versus Memorial. So I was able to catch 2 games at once.
Yeah. So. Yes, that is really neat, and and I know those guys are planning to try to get into our gym here sometime soon as well and stream one of our games. Those guys, Keith and those guys, they do a great job. We're hopeful that, and it might even work out that they'll be here this Friday night for the Memorial game. But I have not got any confirmation on that yet. But we're hopeful to get those guys in, and and it's nice for people all around the state to be able to watch our basketball team.
Well, Nate, good luck this week.
Well, I appreciate that, Joe, and as always, I really appreciate you getting on here with me and chatting about our basketball team and our program, and you're doing a really good job. So we'll look forward to talking to you next week. Okay?
Sounds good. And you've been listening to the Nate Hawkins Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosper Communications. We'll see you next week.
You've been listening to the Nate Hawkins Show. Learn about Heritage Hills basketball every week. The Nate Hawkins Show, exclusively on Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.